Once upon a time, in a colorful town, lived a curious girl named Carolina. She had big, sparkling eyes and a heart full of adventure. One sunny morning, while exploring her grandma's attic, she stumbled upon an old, dusty shoe rack. But this wasn't any ordinary shoe rack. As soon as Carolina touched it, the shoe rack wobbled and shook. To her amazement, it sprouted tiny legs and started walking. Carolina couldn't believe her eyes. She decided to follow the walking shoe rack to see where it would go. The shoe rack led her through the attic, down the stairs, and out into the garden. It moved swiftly, with Carolina chasing after it. They passed by blooming flowers, chirping birds, and buzzing bees. The shoe rack seemed to have a destination in mind. Finally, they arrived at a hidden corner of the garden, where a magical door appeared. The shoe rack tapped its legs 3 times, and the door creaked open. Carolina hesitated for a moment, but then stepped through the door, following the shoe rack. On the other side, Carolina found herself in a whimsical world filled with talking animals, floating islands, and candy-colored trees. The shoe rack led her to a group of friendly creatures who welcomed her with open arms. They introduced themselves as the guardians of the enchanted forest. The guardians explained that the shoe rack was enchanted and had chosen Carolina to help them on a special mission. They needed her to find the lost key to the treasure of dreams, which was hidden somewhere in the forest. Carolina agreed to help, feeling excited and honored. With the shoe rack by her side, Carolina embarked on a thrilling adventure. They crossed sparkling rivers, climbed towering mountains, and navigated through mysterious caves. Along the way, they encountered challenges and made new friends, each one helping them get closer to the treasure. One day, while resting by a shimmering lake, Carolina noticed something glinting under the water. She reached in and pulled out a golden key. The guardians cheered and celebrated, knowing that the treasure of dreams was now within reach. Carolina and the shoe rack returned to the heart of the enchanted forest, where a grand celebration awaited them. The guardians unlocked the treasure chest, revealing a dazzling array of dreams and wishes. Carolina's heart swelled with joy as she realized the true magic of the forest. As a token of gratitude, the guardians gifted Carolina a pair of enchanted shoes. These shoes had the power to take her on new adventures whenever she wished. Carolina thanked her new friends and promised to visit them again. With a heavy heart but a smile on her face, Carolina bid farewell to the enchanted forest. She stepped back through the magical door, returning to her grandma's attic. The walking shoe rack followed her, its mission complete. Back in the attic, the shoe rack returned to its original spot, looking just like any other piece of furniture. Carolina knew, however, that it was far from ordinary. She hugged the shoe rack and whispered her thanks. From that day on, Carolina's life was filled with wonder and excitement. She often thought about her friends in the enchanted forest and the incredible adventure she had experienced. And whenever she wore her enchanted shoes, she felt a spark of magic. Carolina's grandma noticed the change in her granddaughter. She saw the twinkle in Carolina's eyes and the spring in her step. Though she didn't know about the magical adventure, she was happy to see Carolina so full of life and joy. And so, Carolina continued to explore, dream, and embark on new adventures, always remembering the day she followed a walking shoe rack into a world of magic and wonder.